Hi everybody, we are going to continue with this webinar. We are going to see today a lot of different points that I have underlined here in green color, okay? A lot of different things. For this reason I'm going to go a little quick, okay? The first thing is music. How you can set music in different parts of the game book, and for example, in the chapters, as you can see here, you can set a music that is going to sound to play it in all the full chapter. Also, you can define a sound only for the battles, the pages where you have to fight against another enemies and things like that. You can define for all the game book and a specific sound and specific music, and also you can set in each page if you want to assign one specific sound. Also you can done a specific sound in one page. It is very useful because many times you want to involve the character, involve the reader in more good way. Okay, you want to create an environment, something that, or maybe for example the character finds some walls or enter in some hostel or something like that. You want to change the sound in order to realize more the reader that they are in different places. Okay, I'm going to explain this. To define a music for a chapter, it's very simple. You click here in options. This is the list of game books. You have to click in right to see the list of chapters, and you can define, for example, here in options. Okay, you can click here and you're going to see different things. First of all, maps and music. Okay, here you can define the music of this chapter. Okay, you can upload a music. Okay, and in this case I can find some music that I have here. This one, for example, epic music. You can save and file upload successfully, and you can select this and save. Okay, if you start this game book, you are going to see that it sounds okay. If I click return and I click here to read this game book, okay, and I go to the first chapter. Right now I don't know in what chapter I am, in the chapter 2, but if I restart this game book, I'm going to listen this sound. Okay, if I start it again, I click here, I can add some points here. It doesn't matter, it's only an example. And if I start at chapter 1, theoretically it will sound a sound. Okay, I don't listen anything, but maybe I don't know what is not listen. I can listen anything if I refresh. I don't know why it's not sounding. I have save. Okay, maybe I didn't save. If I refresh, okay, right now I'm listening to music. Okay, I will click here because I don't want this sound to sound. Okay, but as you can see that it sounds okay. Perfect. It runs perfect. Also you can define for the chapter 2 a different music. For example, you can click here and maybe it's better a different kind of music. For example, Guardians, this one. I can click here, upload this, save. I have clicked save, I think. Okay, you have save, click here, save, and save. Perfect. If I load the character that was in the chapter 2, I will be able to listen this sound. Okay. Right now it's not. I turn off the sound, but right now you can listen. You can listen the sound. Perfect. Okay, it runs. Perfect. Okay. First thing. Another thing. How do you set the music for the battles? Okay, it's very easy. You can go to the options of all the game book. Okay, the music of the battles. It's an option of all the game book. It's not an option of one chapter of the full game book. Okay, you can click here. You can go here and you are going to see the music for battles. Okay, you can click here and you can select, for example, this one. This one was, I think, that more epic music. Okay, you can click save I think this music, it's the correct one. Okay, if I, for example, refresh and try to find someone to fight against, okay, maybe I can go. I am going to get the key. I don't think anything. In order to enter, I have to find the key first. You try to find something on the square in order to enter in one place. Okay. Continuing. Okay, go to the fortress. I continue. I enter in the right door. I open the door with the key, and right now. Okay, the thing is that I turn off the sound, but if I click here, you can listen that it's starting, but it's not the correct music. I wanted to set another one. Yes. Sorry. I'm going to turn. I am decreasing the sound. Okay. One moment. Okay, music for battles. I'm going to select this one. I think it's more correct. This one is more typical sound. Sorry, one moment, save. If I click here and turn on the sound. Okay, you can see that the music have changed. Okay, perfect. Okay, I turn off the sound, perfect. Okay, what is the next thing? Okay, how to set music for a specific page. Oh, okay, you also can assign a music for a specific page, and you have to set this in the page. Okay, obviously. If you go, for example, imagine that you want that in the you want to change the music that sounds in, for example, when you enter in the fortress, or for example here in the castle square, you want to change and to put a different music. I'm going to do an example. In more options, you are going to see that it appears page music. Okay, if you click here, you also can select one music. I'm going to click here, select another file, and I think here I have another file, this one. I think it's the sound of birds or something like that. Okay, like a forest. It doesn't have sense in this case, but it doesn't matter. It's only to see. Okay, I save. Okay, and right now, if I load another time this character, okay, and polite, I go to the square place, and right now we cannot listen because I have turned off. Okay, right now you can listen that it sounds some birds. I'm going to increase the volume. Okay, you can see this is the sound. Okay, this is the sound. But if I go to another page, the sound change. As you can see, the sound is changing. Okay, because the sound of the birds, I have said that it only is going to sound in that page. Okay, perfect. I'm going to turn on. Okay, perfect. And the next thing, character options. Okay, create a predefined character. The reader only can choose one of them. But okay, in some, depending of the gamebook that you want to create, it's useful for you maybe you don't want to allow people to define the character. Why? Because, for example, maybe your story it's about one specific guy with one specific profession or something like that. Okay, imagine that you don't want, because maybe, for example, you want that the character always be called with the same name or something like that. You don't want to allow the reader to define the character. Okay, imagine that you want to do this, and also imagine that you want the reader, to choose between two different options of character. You can do that. Okay. First of all, if you want to allow the reader only to choose between two options, for example, or one option or three options, you have to create a predefined character. Okay, to do that, you can go here in options of the gamebook, and you can go below, and also you can list of image of characters, add a new character image, list of character. Okay, perfect. you can add a new character. If you click here, you are going to define, for example, a character, a beginning character. You can, for example, put a name called, for example, John. For example, imagine that you want to call someone John, a male, that it's going to be a medic, maybe, and he's going to start with 10 coins and 10 arrows. And you can also define an image. Okay, imagine that you want this is going to be John. Okay, perfect. You can save, and you can define also the strength, agility, the constitution, all these points. Okay, with is going to start. You can insert a new character. I have to translate that word. Okay, and if you, okay, you can see right now that it has appeared this one. Okay, there is a mistake here because you can see that it appears wizard. It's not correct. Okay, it will be the name of the of the profession that I choose before, that it was medic. Okay, and this also it's a mistake. I have to change this thing. Okay, right now I have there is also a mistake that when you start a game book right now, it doesn't appear these 10 coins and these 10 arrows. This is another bug that I have to solve, okay? But the idea is that you can create different characters. Imagine that you want to create another one, that it's going to be Melissa. It's going to be a soldier, a female. He's going to start with 5 coins and 50 arrows. And you can also choose an image, but Melissa, in this case, I don't have a girl, but maybe we can choose this one. Melissa, no, it's not going to be Melissa, this one. But I think here, okay, I have here a girl. I can save. And I click here, I save. And right now we have Melissa here. Okay, we can upload this one. Okay, and I can save. Okay. And right now it has appeared another one. Okay, Melissa. Okay, and if you start this game book, well, right now you have to do another thing. Okay, character options. The character options. Right now we have defined these two ones. Okay, but also we have these options. Allow character settings. Allow readers to configure their own character. If you mark these options, you must establish the character that the reader of the game can use. Okay, if you unclick this one, you are going to do that. The people are going to will have to decide which character wants between these two ones. You're not going to allow people to create a character. Okay, we can save to see that. Okay, I'm going to save, and I'm going to restart this game book. Okay, start reading again, accept, and right now, as you can see, it appears 2 characters. Perfect. The John and Melissa. Okay, you can start reading, clicking in one of them. And the story has started again, but you didn't allow people to set the character. Okay, perfect. What else? What else? It's very easy, I think. Skip the character selection page. Always the same character. Okay. Imagine also that you want to skip that page. Okay. You can do that. If you go back here and you click in options, there is an option. Okay, list of characters. Skip the character screen. If you click here, you are going to skip that the characters screen, and you are not going to allow people to choose between 2 of them. If you have 2, I think that I don't know if automatically it's going to be chosen one of them. Okay, to be chosen. Okay, and we can see this. Okay, if we restart again. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I didn't save this thing. If I save and I try again, well, I can start reading. Okay, and I click here and I restart. Okay, I start reading again, and as you can see, I wasn't able to choose between 2 of them. Okay, because I have set this option. I have set the option of skip this page. Here, I skip this page. Okay, and what character has been selected? Always the same. That in this case is the first one. Okay, the first one. That is in this case is John, the medic. Okay, as you can see, perfect. Okay, what else? Also, allow only allow man or women. Okay, you can imagine that your story, it's the character always is a girl or always is a man. Okay, perfect. You can done. Well, we are going to click this in order to allow people to define his character. Okay, perfect. I save. One moment, I save. Okay, and I'm going to test if it runs correctly. I start it again. Okay, and as you can see right now, I am able to choose. Okay, imagine that you don't want to allow people to choose, for example, female, because your story is about always a man. Okay, you can do, if you click here in options, you're going to be able to unselect this option. Okay, if you click here and you go down and you save and you refresh this page, you're going to see that it only appears one, not the other. Okay, and also you can do with the other option. I mean, with allowing only female characters. You click here and go down and save. You can refresh. I refresh, and right now only have the option of female. Okay, perfect. It's very easy. And more options. Set the character image that the reader can choose. Okay, quite interesting options, because imagine, I don't know what is happening with internet right now, but this one, it's going very slow. I don't know what is happening. Okay, imagine that you don't want to, I don't know what is happening. One moment. I don't know what's happening. Okay, because these images are not appearing. Okay, imagine that you want to change the predefined images that appears to be choose. Okay, imagine that you want to change this. I'm going to delete this. I don't know if the problem is that this thing exists, but I don't know. No, right now it appears. Okay, perfect. Imagine that you want to change this image, because maybe, for example, your novel, it's about, your game book, it's about a future, a sci-fi novel, or game book, or futuristic game book, or post-apocalyptic game book, or I don't know, okay? Or that it's not a fantasy game book. Maybe you want to change this image and only allow some specific images that you are going to define, okay? You can do that. If you go here, you can add character images. You can click here, and for example, to allow only to the people to choose between this one. It doesn't appear as the images, I don't know why, but okay, this one you can save. Okay, right now, if you want to add many images, you have to save one time and to enter again and to add another one. Okay, for example, the troll. Imagine that you want to this image doesn't have sense, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it's only like an example. I can save, and also imagine that you want to allow, for example, to select. Well, no, to select. I'm going to add this one. Okay, imagine that you want to add, for example, the girl that I think it was one of them. What is happening here? Okay, I think it's this one is, no, this one, yes, this one. Okay, perfect. Save. I save and I save. Okay, perfect. And right now, if you start again the game book, well, if I refresh this, you are going to see that it only appears 3 images. Okay. Perfect. Well, the images, I don't know what is happening, but it is going very slow. Okay, perfect. Here appear the images. Perfect. And more options. Set the character image that the reader can choose. Perfect. More option. Design. Okay. Themes. I'm creating the medieval one. Okay. But I'm printed to the smart. Okay. The thing is, what I want to do in the future is to create some kind of design, predefined designs, global designs of all the reader screen. Okay. The thing is to be able to change. I'm going to load this. To change all this aspect. Okay. Right now I am creating, but I'm going to do more. Okay, and I'm going to do more things. But I think right now it exists here an option that it's design. Okay, you can change this to medieval. It's not running very well, this design, but the idea is to have here in the future many designs. Okay, only for premium users. Okay, if I click here and I save, you're going to see that the aspect of this page is going to change a little bit. Okay, right now you can see that it has changed. You can click here and it's a little different, but it's not very beautiful right now. Okay, but in the future I'm going to add more options and to do a better design. I think if we see in a phone, it's better. Okay, if you click here, it's more beautiful in this kind of a screen. Okay, if I continue to be polite, it's not perfect, but I think it's correct. Okay, you can see. Okay, the idea is to have many designs. Okay, but right now we only have the default design and medieval, but medieval it's not very good. Okay, in the new version that I am creating, it's going to be more designs. Okay, Javier Ineste asks here, does book game have a Discord server? Discord server not, but I think Discord server, it exists, a Discord server that has been created by fun people. Okay, but it exists. It exists, exactly. It exists. If you want to search, I think that you are going to search this or not. If not, you can send me a message. I am going to send you the server. Okay. More things. Simple. I can save this. I save this. Okay. More options. Custom styles. Okay. There are people that what they done is to modify by themselves. Okay, if I refresh, it's going to come back this design. Okay, what they want to do, there are people. So this design, you can modify this with one option that exists here. If you click in here in options and you go below, you're going to see here something that it's maybe for the people that are not used to edit CSS. Okay, CSS is the name of this language program. Okay, you can change these things, and this thing is going to modify the aspect of your panel reader screen. Okay, the thing is how you can change this. You need to know a little bit about this program language or to ask for help in Discord server or in other places for people to know how to modify this thing. Okay, the thing is, if I enter here, if you know how to program websites, you are going to be able to modify these things. Okay, for example, imagine that you want to change these buttons and to make them for different color. Okay, someone who knows this thing, these language programs, knows that it appears a class called Cacho Links Actual, and also here some links. Okay, you can change this thing. Okay, if you can change this thing right now, I can change if I click. For example, this appears a class called bottom, and I can define here a background red. Okay, as you can see, it has changed completely, and also I can click here and color white. Okay, and also maybe I could done, for example, instead of this red, maybe something like that. It's only an example, it doesn't matter. And the color could be this one. And I could define a border, 1 pixel, red, solid. And as you can see, it changed the aspect, okay? But if you know more about this kind of CSS, you can do more modifications, okay? If I copy this, it's only an example. I think the better is to know how it runs this kind of programming language. Okay, but if I copy this here and I only add the things that I have added, okay, these 3 styles I have added, and if I save, right now I'm going to see these modifications. Okay, I am refreshing. Okay, as you can see. And it remains these modifications. Okay, it's quite useful. Okay, imagine, for example, in this case, I could add another. If it would be my game book. Okay, also I could be able, for example, to change the style when the mouse it's on the bottom. For example, I could done. For example, if I put here hover, and I done, for example, this background, I'm going to change the color to white when the mouse is on. And also I'm going to do that this one, it's going to be this one. Okay, if I save, you are going to see what happens. Okay, look, you can see that it's quite good, quite beautiful. Okay, you will be able to change all the aspect of this panel and to create your own. Also, you can, for example, to put here images. Well, you can do whenever you want. Okay, with this option that you can see here in options. Here you can change all the styles. Okay, and I think it's quite useful. And there are game books that I think one of about Star Wars that changed completely the aspect of the game book. Okay, perfect. More things. Save options, hide, save. Okay, autosave when it starts. Hide, save. Okay, when a reader read your game book, as you can see here, the people can save the game book. But imagine that you don't want to allow people to save the state of the reading. Okay, you can modify that. I am going to search save options. Okay, you can hide the save button. Okay, this is very useful. Imagine that it's very useful if you don't want to allow people to save the progress of his reading. Okay, and depending of the game book, it can be useful for you. Okay, also you can click here to create an autosave. An autosave when when the reader pass to the next chapter, you can click here to force an autosave, and the story of this reader is going to be saved. Okay, it can be quite interesting option also. If I click here, as you can see, if I save, these buttons are going to disappear. I think, I suppose. Okay, as you can see, it has disappeared. And if I click here, it doesn't. Well, you can load, but you cannot. Also, it appeared a button, but right now it doesn't appear. Okay, perfect. I'm going to go to redo this thing. Okay, if I search save, okay, save button. I click here. Autosave? No, hide. Okay, no, sorry, this one. Okay, the autosave is I'm not going to show because it's very simple. Okay, if you click here, it's going to be an autosave when you pass to the following chapter. Okay, we save. The next option is hide options. Okay, you can hide. Also, as you can see, we are able to hide these buttons, but also you can hide another more options. For example, I'm going to save, hide. Okay, for example, other options. You can hide coins. Imagine that you don't want to allow the character to use the coins. You can hide this thing. You can hide the arrows. We are going to see. Okay, we save. Right now we can save here money, arrows. Okay, but if I refresh and I click here, it doesn't appear. As you can see, it has disappeared. Okay, we can quit these options. If we don't use in our game book, we can hide these things. Okay, I click here again. I search hide. Okay, perfect. Also, you can hide inventory. You can hide features. You can hide map. You can hide character sheet. But I don't want right now to hide character sheet because I want to show you that the features disappeared. Okay. And also you can, in the battles, to hide the attitude. Okay, don't allow the reader, to change the attitude of the character in order to hurt more, so to have a more aggressive attitude or more defensive attitude. If you click here, it's not going to appear. Okay, I go down and I refresh, and as you can see, it has disappeared. For example, the button of the map. Okay, and if I click here, the features. I don't know why is appearing. Okay, one moment. Maybe this option it doesn't run. I don't know. If I click here, it must be the feature. Feature? What was feature? I think this is feature. Inventory, math and features. I don't know what is. I suppose that it will be disappeared. Okay, I doesn't know. It doesn't know why. Okay, doesn't matter. Or maybe, no, I don't know. I suppose that this must disappear this, but right now it doesn't run. I don't know why. Okay, the thing is, imagine that you want to disappear all the character sheet. It means don't allow the reader to see this one. It can be useful, for example, imagine that you want to create a game book where it's not going to be useful, all these options. Okay, but maybe it's going to be a non-RPG game book, but you need the options of events, for example, the events or the password pages. Okay, the password pages, the events, it only appear in RPG game book. There are people that what they done is to hide this thing to be able to have that options. Okay, Javier Ernesta say the people who hide the save button only want to watch the world burn. Yes. I think so. I think so. Yes. I think the save button is very useful for the readers, because if not, yes, the people can get very angry. Okay, perfect. We are going to test how to hide this thing. Okay, I selected this, but I have to save. Okay, I refresh. And right now, as you can see, it doesn't appear. Okay, this button. Perfect. More options. Okay, hide. Okay, hide. I can click this. Okay, perfect. More things. Tal. How to create a fantasy game book like sci-fi, post-apocalyptic. Okay, replacing text. Okay, imagine that you want to create a game book that it's not about fantasy, and it doesn't have sense to have arrows, to have coins, because the coins you need that the coins be called, for example, euros or dollars or a futuristic coin. Okay. Also, you don't want to allow people have potions, because maybe you want to change this word for medicines. Imagine in a post-apocalyptic game book, it's strange to have the word potions. Maybe you prefer to use medicines word, or maybe you want to change the text "you have died" that appears when you die, when the character dies. But it's not about to change the gender of the game book. Okay, it's more about something that you can change. Spells, in this case, maybe you want to change spells to special attacks or things like that, and mana, that is like the magic power. You want to change, for example, by energy or things like that. Okay, or I don't know what the word would you use or need. Okay, you want to change this thing. You want to change, and you change coins to euros, okay, and arrows to bullets, okay, and potions to medicines, because your game book, it's not going to be about fantasy, and you were killed, for example, okay, and spells to special attacks, and mana energy. This word is going to appear in all the places that it must appear mana or spells or coins. It's going to appear this other one. Okay. If I go down and I save, if I refresh, you're going to see, if I click here, that instead of coins, it appears euros, and instead of arrows, it appears bullets. Okay. And in this case, this character doesn't have mana, but if I click here and if I restart again with another one, for example, a medic that I think that it can make spells, okay, I'm going to be able to, sorry, maybe this one is better. I'm going to be able, energy, as you can see here, it appears energy, okay, and if I save, here it's going to appear mana energy. Here appears energy. Perfect. Okay. The energy are the points you have to be able to perform a special attack. Okay. Also, as you can see here, it appears special attacks instead of spell. Okay. You change this word, and for this reason it appears special attack. Okay. These are the customizations that you can do. Okay, more things. Okay, advice when you die. and help text for professions. Okay, what is this? Okay, if I go here, if I click in options, okay, I go down, and here appears advice given at this. Okay, by default, it appears some text like by the like. Okay, what is that? Advice given at death. Okay, sorry. Advice given at death. Okay, when you die, it appears some text that says something like, "You have died. I recommend you to be careful before doing some elections, or to try to watch videos to upload your points of life," or something like that. It appears some advice. I can't remember right now what it appears, but it appears some text. You can change this text. Maybe, for example, that you want to in your case, in your game book, in the case of your game book that have special things, maybe you want to change this text to define another thing, okay, to say another thing. You filling this text, you can do that. More things. Help text of character types. Okay, in the game book that you have changed the professions, warrior, explorer, and wizard, that are the professions that appear by default. You can set, it appears some button. If we refresh, we are going to see. If we restart this game book. Okay, if we click here, start reading again, you're going to see, you are going to see that they appear here some question, something, okay? If you click here, it appears this thing. There are 3 types of character: warrior, specialist, and hand-to-hand combat; explorer, specialist in tracking and remote attacks; and magician, specialist in making a spell. It doesn't have sense in this case because we have 2 different professions. I should change this text because right now it doesn't have sense. How I change this text? If I go here, I can change this text. If I click another thing, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's an example. If I save this text that I have filled, okay, it's going to appear. I save, I refresh. As you can see here, click. You have different text. Okay, it has sense. It's useful to change this thing because if you change the professions, the advice that was before, it doesn't have sense. Right now, it's better to change this text. Okay, I'm not going to redact this text, but it is a very useful option. Okay, more things. Mana, okay, create a different professions. Previously explained. Yes, if you want to create a game book that it's not a fantasy game book, it's a must to change the professions because it doesn't have sense to have a wizard in the future environment. Okay, more things. Create different objects, of course. Okay, I have previously explained how to create different objects because it doesn't have maybe sense to have a sword as a weapon. It's better to have, I don't think, a gun or something like that. You can also change the different monsters, the enemies, obviously. Okay, I changed some images. Okay, this I didn't explain it. Okay, there are 3 images that appears in the battles that can be very useful to change this if you change the kind of game book. Okay, if you change the game book to something like sci-fi, maybe you can change the sword to, for example, a gun, or to imagine that you create a game book that it's about the Star Wars. Maybe you want to change the sword to a laser sword. Okay, you can change this thing. Okay, you go here and you go to the options of the game book. You are going to see that it appears some places to put images. I don't know what. Okay, here. Sword image, you can see. You can substitute the image of the sword of the combat for another like it. I recommend an image of size 170 for 180. Okay. If I click here, I am able to change the weapon for another one. In this case, I am going to change for this sword. It doesn't matter. Also, in the range attacks, it appears instead of a sword, it appears a bow. You also can change this image. Imagine that right now I don't have a bow, but maybe I will use this one. It doesn't matter. It's only an example. And also, when you are a wizard, it appears an icon with a spell book. Okay. Also, you can change this, and you can put, for example, if if you are in a sci-fi environment, maybe you want to put an icon that it's about something mental or something that it's like agility. I don't know. Imagine that you are a ninja or you are a ninja, and these are going to be an special attacks that you can do when you are a ninja, for example. Okay, you will be able to change this image to another one. In this case, I'm going to put this one. It doesn't matter. It's only an example. It doesn't have sense to use this one for image spell. Okay, but it's only because I want to show you how it runs. If I restart, for example, as a medic, okay, because I want to show you how it changes. Okay, I click here. Okay, perfect. Well, maybe if you are a medic, maybe some intelligence in order to be able to make spells. I save. Okay, go to street, go to the kitchen. I go to the kitchen. I take this thing. I go to the street. I attack the orc. No, I go to try to give a sword. Okay, I go here. Enter the house. I left. You attack. Okay, right now you can see two different things, okay, that has changed. First is it appears before a sword, and right now it had changed to another sword. This is the sword that I have defined before, and also it will be appear. It should appear the spells book, but right now it doesn't appear. It appeared this one, okay, the image that I have defined before, okay. As you can see, you can change these images, and it's very useful because if you change the subject of the kind of your game book, it can be very useful. Okay, this one. Right now, it doesn't have sense. For this reason, I'm going to quit this image. To quit these images. Okay, I'm going to save. Okay, more things. So I think I have finished. Today was very quick. I went very quick. Okay, I'm going to explain the next day monetization. Okay, talking with your readers. It's very useful thing. Asking for help in forums. Okay, creating specific and more things. Okay, but this is all the things that I wanted to explain to this video today. Do you have any questions? If you want to ask me in Spanish, it doesn't matter for me. And after the next week, I don't know. Do you have any suggestions, Javier, about what to explain the next week? Maybe I suppose that I am going to finish with the English tutorials, also because Gavin is helping me with creating English English tutorials, and are going to be more useful for English readers to listen Gavin than to listen me, because my English is not so good. But maybe I will create. I don't know. Right now I am very busy with work, and I would like to create new options for book game. Okay, a new option, the new version, for example, and to show you. But right now I am going very slow because I don't have many time to create. But maybe I don't know if I'm going to do a webinar. It depends. Maybe I'm going to ask to Spanish people. But what I'm sure that I am going to do is to upload more videos about maybe specific things. I have done a very full and complete webinars here in English, but I think that there are some things that I have not explained in Spanish, and it can be very useful to create little videos for Spanish speakers explaining specific things, because I am realizing when I am explaining things, I realize that there are many options that maybe I didn't explain in video and can be very useful. Okay, if you want, I think you say in the chat, if you want, I think I can put subtitles to your Spanish videos. If they don't have, it will be incredible. It will be very good. Okay, if you want, I think I can put subtitles to your Spanish videos. English is subtitles, I understand. I bet I can guess what's your job. Yes. I am a programmer, and right now there are a lot of work with programming. Yes, there are a lot of job, and my clients are asking me to be hard. Man, they are very hurry with different projects. Okay. Yes, English subtitles. Yes, I mean, Javier. Maybe it maybe it doesn't matter because I think that I think that all the things that I explain it in Spanish, I have already explained it right now with these webinars. Okay, I am planning to get these webinars, all these webinars, and to cut the webinars into different pieces. Okay, explaining only one thing. In these webinars, I have explained it in each webinar a lot of options. Okay, I am planning to create little little videos of cutting these webinars and create videos of 5 or 10 minutes explaining one specific thing. Okay, but I don't know if it's worth to the effort that you are going to do to put subtitles in English in the Spanish videos, because right now I think that with the webinars it's enough. I think if I cut these webinars and I create specific videos, it's going to be enough. And also Gavin, it's going a very good job, and I think in some weeks I will have a videos for all the things in book game, I think. Okay. Any option? Bueno, si quieres pregúntame en castellano, Javier. Si quieres te contestaré en castellano, porque es un poco absurdo estarte contestando en inglés. Aunque ahora veo que tenemos un espectador más. Aquí hay alguien más que ha llegado. Aparte de Javier. Vale, ¿tienes alguna pregunta más? Ok, perfect, yes. Sí, ya te enviaré el link. Ahora mismo no lo tengo, pero en los foros está, ¿vale? Entonces hay bastante gente en el Discord y la gente pregunta y tal y no sé qué, ¿vale? Ok, bueno, Javier y everybody, because this video is going to be viewed by many people in the future. But I hope you have enjoyed this video and it's going to be useful for you and for the people that is going to see this video in the future. Okay, we see next week. Bye.